So let's move on to the part where Vegeta joins the fight, and it's Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. They're fighting, and I think it starts with them. That's when like all the lava starts coming up, and Broly's just handing it to him. We got some CGI action, which a lot of people were bothered by the CGI in this movie, which we did get in the Goku and Broly fight as well. It didn't really bother me as much. Yeah, I could tell the difference, but I thought this was much better CGI than what we got in the previous movies. But it didn't really hurt the movie for me. And as far as the Goku Vegeta portion fighting Broly together, Super Saiyan Blue, that was cool. Just all the way they did all the animation,
they made a mistake
flying around. What was up?
I said they made a mistake in that Goku and Vegeta part with the Broly fight.
What was
They
that?
made an animation mistake.
Whoa.
The final flash that was drawn as a Galick gun.
Oh yeah, there was a guy after a theater was complaining about that. Yeah, and I thought that was weird even in the
I
trailer.
didn't even notice.
Yeah, he goes
Yeah.
Galick, and I'm like, wait a minute, the Galick gun's supposed to be like purple, not yeah, like
Yeah, he shoots the final flash.
now
Wow.
that was weird. I don't even think in the manga it was that color, was it? I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't.
Man, yeah.
It-
So that was a little weird. It was cool. And them doing the Kamehameha and Galick gun together. I just wish they would have changed the color. But yeah, it was pretty great. And we get to the part where Goku and Vegeta realize that this fight is not going to go well. They have to do something else. So like you talked about Linux, the part that I know cracked all of us up. So they fly. They fly towards free. No, wait a minute. Was it? Hold on. Before we get to that, it was before. Oh yes, there's a whole line. There's a whole some big stuff I forgot to mention.
forgot the most important part.
Yeah. So basically, the fight goes on. We see eventually Broly become Super Saiyan. Now, how he reaches level 1, this is great. Christopher Aries, with all the health struggles he's had, he was absolutely phenomenal in this movie. When they think Broly's reached the peak level of his power, because Super Saiyan Blue is holding his own with Broly's still base Ozaru half-breed form, Frieza. So Paragus says he's reached probably the limits and he can't control his power. I love how Frieza remembers how Goku went SSJ1, and he goes like, I think there's something we can do, and he looks towards Paragus, smiles at him, and Paragus fear, and he just boom, death beam right through the heart. Paragus is dead. Now I do think this is a little anticlimactic given all the screen time Paragus had got, but it's a nice call. I will say this, it's a nice callback though early in the movie, because it's very similar to the way he killed Beats. So a great way to show what goes around comes around.
Very much.
Oh,
And-
please let me do the Frieza line. Please
go
let me do
ahead.
it. I love this shit. So guys, after Frieza just casually murders Paragus, he
Casually.
all right, voice is good. Broly, look! Your father's been struck down by a stray energy blast. What?
It's a terrible tragedy. While we're on the subject of Paragus and Frieza, man, I remember Frieza burnt Paragus bad, roasting him, and he was asking like something along the lines. He's like, has Broly done any combat training with anyone? And he's like, just with me. And he looks back at Paragus and goes like, yes, but training against you doesn't really accomplish much now, does it? Something along those lines. And man, it's like, ouch. And then just getting back here when he killed him. I loved it.
The music for when Broly looks at Paragus and that choir hits.
Yeah.
When like you hear the heartbeat in him, and then you just see Paragus slowly fall down, and then he just grabs his head and his aura just starts to. That whole scene is ridiculous for a transformation.
The transformation was gorgeous, and I think a lot of us thought that's actually from the trailers. We thought that was where Broly was going to reach his Berserk / Legendary Super Saiyan form, but no, it was just for regular Super Saiyan. And I was going to say it's just really hilarious that for someone who cared so much about his father that it raged him out to become a Super Saiyan. This is the last we saw of Paragus. We don't know what happened to his corpse. He at the end of the movie, we surely didn't get get any mention of his father, so I thought that was also hilarious. But yeah, this was a great. The transformation on that scene was amazing. But then after we get through where Goku and Vegeta are having a hard time, I noticed, and I know Toriyama didn't write these, as I don't think they were in the manga that Toyotaro is, but a lot of people had complaints. We never see Goku actually go Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken or Vegeta reach Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, which it was never stated that he could do. Ultra Instinct, it was stated why Goku couldn't reach that level. So it's interesting. Now, it's true that Toriyama may have written this before those forms even were written for the anime, but you think that once they knew this, they had a whole year after the nearly a whole year, you think somebody on the animation staff would have been like, oh, we have to incorporate these, or let's get this animated somehow, or at least explain why they're not doing this. So it would have been nice to see a little consistency if it's going with the anime continuity. It would have been great to see that in this fight. But in the end, Goku and Vegeta fly past Frieza, and Goku says, good luck, Frieza. Instant transmission out, and then Frieza's like, what the? And then Broly just goes, boom, 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 just starts hamming Frieza's butt with the punches. We were all cracking up in the theater. It was hilarious. Before we get on to the hilariousness of Frieza versus Broly, Kat, did you have anything you wanna add on about that? Your thoughts on the Goku and Vegeta teaming up against Broly and just the death scene with Paragus?
Oh yes, I would love to. This is the first time we have seen Vegeta willingly say, let's do this together, Goku. That scene there, I agree with you. It didn't bother me much. I know a lot of people would say they had problems with the inconsistent animation. None of the animation bothered me. In fact, a lot of that CGI just honestly reminded me of the animation from Dragon Ball Fighters. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, it just reminds me of the fight scenes in Fighters. So even though, yes, it's very obvious and it's a difference, it could have been bad, it was good CGI. It was good. It wasn't a takeaway in my opinion. So it was really nice to see them team up. Vegeta's willingly going to fight with Goku once again, gives another notch to their friendship belt. I love once again how they use something so small to show just how far they've come. Even in Super, when they were fighting against Zamasu and Goku Black, Vegeta wasn't like, yeah, let's do this, Goku. It was very much, no, you go do your thing. I'm going to do this for my son. And it doesn't work out, fine, whatever. I guess you convinced me to do it. But it never felt like Vegeta was, man, Kakarot needs help. Let me go help him out. I really appreciated that. I loved that. I really, really loved what they did with Frieza in this movie. They did a good job of not only making you see how much of a terror he is, but also showing that Frieza's hilarious. I don't know if we talked about the 5-5 that Bulma and Frieza had.
Oh, yeah, we missed that. Yeah.
His wish.
Well, to touch base on that now, to just kind of go back for just a quick second, that was great because who was expecting that? You were expecting Frieza to say, give me immortality or give me something that's going to get these Saiyans down. He wants to grow 5 inches. If that is not classic Akira Toriyama gag joke in Dragon Ball, I don't know what is. And my favorite meme is from the Eric Andre show. It's that scene where Eric Andre is shooting Hannibal Buress, and then he turns back and goes, in the second shot, what happened? And they photoshopped Paragus on Hannibal and photoshopped Frieza on Eric Andre. And it's so funny. It beats my favorite meme. It tops the Sasuke meme for me because that really chuckled. I won't say tops, but it got up there because it really made me chuckle. I love how they use Frieza. That's a classic. Wow, Frieza, you're a creep. But Frieza's hilarious. He has the jokes. He has the humor. And too bad I won't say too bad, but it had to be at Paragus' expense. But like you said, that's just Saiyan karma because he certainly did that earlier with no remorse. So, hey, Frieza's got to do the same thing. That was such a great addition. And I think everyone in the theater, especially after seeing this very intense fight, to have Frieza do something like that and gave everyone this like, a little relief, I guess, from all the tension. And the jokes were so perfectly timed, and that was a great one too. I love his Broly, do you see what happened? He just died. I don't know what happened. It just, can you imagine how he told everyone about like how Vegeta blew up? I don't know what happened. It was just a meteor. It was just there. Now it's gone. And I don't know what you guys want from me. Like, don't look at me. I know I'm a tyrant, but Jesus, I have a heart. You know, it's so great how they use Frieza to advance this underlying gag funny to a movie that we thought was serious. Well, it is serious. And, you know, I know we're going to talk about the parallels later, but when you think about the old Broly movie, every time there's little hits of that in the new one, like Frieza doing that funny joke, or even some down to the transformations, it really makes you appreciate how much the thought that Akira Toriyama put into making this story. It really does. Like, I feel like this was a movie, I'll just say, I didn't mind, and I hope I don't get flack for this, I didn't mind not having everyone else in there. I am the biggest complainer of where's Tien, where's Yamcha, where's Gohan, where's Krillin. I didn't mind it in this movie because I got enough with Frieza and his funny jokes and his still Frieza-ness. I got enough of it with this very small and very subtle fan service. It was, you know, sometimes with these movies, with Dragon Ball or anything, you know when they're giving you fan service, when they're like, you like this, don't you? We're going to give it to you times 1,000. This was so subtle, and it gave me enough. And I really, really, really appreciated, you know, I appreciated how all of this transpired. And then Broly taking off and being that iconic Alpha Broly that we all know and love. It was really great. It was really hard for me to watch that scene and not think of Team 4 Stars Broly. That was my only. I was just waiting for him to say Princess Trunks, and that's the only thing that was missing. Is, you know, of course it's not going to happen, but it would have been a great little Easter egg in there.
Nice. Linux, anything you want to add on about this? Or I think me and you pretty much kind of covered that together. So,
no, literally that scene was perfect.
Yeah,
man. Everything about this setup for him to become a Super Saiyan, and I knew it was coming. That's the funny thing about it. I just felt it. Only because the moment they panned to the very back of Frieza and Paragus, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he's about to die. I don't know how, but he's about to die. I wasn't expecting it to be as blatant as Frieza did.
Yeah.
Let alone.
Not anymore.
I will say this though, as funny as this scene was, I thought from a comedy standpoint it was great, but if I gotta go epic standpoint, the first movie. That death was still the best. If I had to pick between the two ones, that death was epic. We talked about it when he goes like, "I'm afraid, son, you'll have to die with this planet too." "Where are you going, Dad?" "I was preparing the rocket so we could escape." "And a rocket built for one person?" And throws him into the star, and he's wondering like, how could he be cursed in the same life where his son once saved his life? Both were funny and great for their own reasons. Hey everybody, SONGOSHUAKU'S here! If you enjoyed this sound clip, click the link here in the video to listen to our full podcast review of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Also, links to all our social media is in the description below. Lastly, subscribe, followed by hitting the notification bell so that way you are notified as soon as my content is released.